Dawn rose fast as drums shook the sky. The sound cracked through the air like angry thunder, calling everyone at once. People froze, then dropped whatever they held and ran. Feet slammed the ground, pushing toward the square in one wild rush. A small voice cut through the noise. "Someone's by the river." Many turned at once and raced that way. A body lay on the ground, still as stone, eyes wide as if they had seen something no one should see. A broken waist bead charm slipped from a loose hand and hit the dirt with a soft tap. A strange glow flickered along the beads, weak but alive. It made the crowd gasp and move even closer. Elders pushed forward and bent down. When they touched the beads, the charm cracked in their fingers. "What magic is this?" The question spread fast. Fear moved through the crowd like dry grass catching fire. "Is it the same waist? The cursed one?" Voices whispered. A staff pushed through backs and shoulders as someone stepped forward. "We warned the boys." They never listen. People stepped back at once, feeling something heavy in the air. Young men began to argue. "Who touched it first?" "It wasn't me." A sharp cry cut through them. "Why is he shaking like that?" The body twitched hard. The charm sparked again, bright enough to make everyone jump away. A figure dropped to the ground beside the shaking boy. "Tell me what you did." The mouth opened, but only a choking gasp came out. No words, just fear. No one noticed a dark shape gliding behind the trees, slipping through the light like smoke. Whispers grew louder. "It's the waist. Someone touched it again." The drums stopped. The whole village froze. Even the birds went quiet. A voice rose slow and cold. "This is no accident. Something is coming." Eyes met eyes. Hands gripped hands. Everyone felt the warning crawl under their skin. The charm flickered once more, then died with a small flash like a trapped spirit breaking free. A low murmur spread across the crowd. What danger follows the beads now? The question hung in the hot air, and everyone knew the story was far from over. The waist beads glowed softly as she walked through the village. Children followed with wide eyes, staring at the gentle shine. "Why do your beads shine?" "They guard me." Her smile was small but sure, and the glow seemed to agree. A quiet voice shared an old truth, a secret passed down through time. The beads carried a promise, a warning, and a duty. She touched them with care and spoke firmly. "These beads are not for games." But rumors twisted fast. Boys huddled together, whispering without sense. "Touch the beads. Get big luck." Voices clashed as teens argued over who should try first. Some shouted, some pushed, some laughed. She heard them and stepped close. "Stop. The beads punish greed." Laughter filled the air. "She is just trying to scare us." Jealous eyes burned brighter than the beads. "It's only beads. Why is everyone scared?" A pointing finger cut the air. "You touch first, if you're brave." A quiet voice answered, shaking. "What if she is right?" Cowards never win anything. A cold wind slid between them. A shadow stood behind their backs, long and thin like a warning. A soft voice drifted through the air. "Power waits for the bold." The boys spun around. Who said that? But nothing stayed behind. Only the words lingered like smoke. Doubts started to grow. Maybe we should leave it. "No, we will try tonight." Heads nodded slowly. Fear mixed with excitement, until no one knew which was stronger. She walked away, but she felt eyes following her steps. A call stopped her. "Child, keep your beads close." Another warning followed. "I feel dark steps moving around you. Is it about the boys?" The beads protect, but they also punish. Night came with heavy air. The boys gathered with faces tight and nervous. No turning back. "I don't like this." A shadow watched from behind the trees, waiting for the dare to break the world open. The plan began with a whisper no louder than a snake sliding through grass. "Tonight, we sneak close." Small heads nodded, even as fear pressed on their chests. They hid behind the dark trees when the dance practice started. One boy shook so hard his teeth clicked. "Don't do it. This feels wrong. Stop acting scared." A sharp count broke the air. 3, 2, 1. Go. Feet rushed forward. Hands stretched out, greedy and shaking. "Asha warned you." Someone yelled, but the warning died under their steps. A bright flash burst from the waist beads like a crack of lightning. The boys flew back as if pushed by a giant wind. Dirt lifted around them. One boy screamed and ran until his voice broke. Another dropped hard and did not move at all. The glow faded and she stepped toward them. "You think power is free?" Shaking breaths came from the ground. "We just wanted a little luck." She pointed at the still body. "Is that luck?" The boys woke later with dark marks crawling across their arms like living shadows. "What is happening to us?" Fear spread faster than fire. "The beads are angry," voices whispered all around. Far behind a hut, a shadow leaned and smiled with cold joy. Greed always pays its price. No one saw him, but the air grew sharp and bitter. She walked home with eyes watching every corner. A darkness trailed her steps. "Who's there?" Only the wind answered, carrying a low laugh that froze her breath. She ran to the old one with fear, pushing her forward. Something is wrong. Wrinkled hands traced the marks. These marks are warnings. The beads protect you. But if greed touches them, the shadows rise. Her eyes widened as the truth struck deep. The boys were not just hurt, they were hunted. Anger broke loose elsewhere. This is Usha's fault. She cursed us. Others backed away from the rage. Stop. This is crazy. A fist slammed into a wall. I won't be weak again. The air shifted. A cold presence slid behind him like a silent promise. I can free you from the pain. His head turned slowly. Fear mixed with desire until both felt the same. Break the charm. Take the power. Rule the village. Breathing hard, he made his choice, if that's what it takes. I agree. A smile formed in the dark. Good. Your path begins tonight. A cold wind wrapped around him, curling like a mark of ownership. His choice sealed the night, and the shadows stirred, ready for what he would become. Drums hit loud as fires roared into the sky. The village moved like one heartbeat, feet stomping, hands clapping, voices rising. Laughter and cheers spilled into the night. The waist beads glowed softly as she joined the circle, moving with the rhythm, calm yet strong. From the shadows, eyes burned with jealousy and hunger. Tonight, it ends. A sudden rush of motion tore through the crowd. Wild steps, arms reaching, a shout cutting over the drums. Stop him. Hands clawed through the air, but he did not stop. Fingers stretched toward the glowing beads. Give me the power. You don't understand what you're touching. Black shadows slithered up his arms like snakes of smoke. Screams shredded the night. Help me. I can't control it. The shadows twisted, lifting him as if the earth itself rejected him. Sparks flew from the festival lights. People stumbled back, tripping and crying. The curse. The curse. A cold wind moved through the square. A tall figure stepped into the firelight, taller than a man should be, solid yet shifting. Eyes bright with something no one could name. Who is that? The shadow pointed at the struggling boy. Take the bead, boy. Break it? The darkness wrapped tighter, dragging him to the ground. Reaching hands quivered. You used them. You made them fools. She stepped forward, body strong, voice steady, facing the shadows head-on. The chaos could not touch her courage. He fell to his knees, coughing and choking. I can't breathe. Help. The smoke squeezed harder, thick as fear. This ends now. Both hands gripped the waist beads. A slam against the ground echoed like a drum of thunder. Light erupted outward, bright and pure, a shield that shone across every terrified face. The tall shadow shrieked as the light pulled it into nothingness. Black forms split, scattered, and vanished completely. The darkness receded. The boy fell forward, trembling and crying. I only wanted power. A hand rested on his shoulder. Power without wisdom destroys. The crowd gathered silently, hearts pounding, faces pale, witnessing the end of a night that would be told for generations. The beads dimmed but held the memory of their final protection. A quiet proof that courage and choice carried more strength than magic ever could. The boys stirred, blinking against the bright eyes of the crowd. Murmurs rippled through the villagers. They're waking. Look. One staggered forward, chest heaving. I am sorry. I was wrong. Voices softened around him. Let him speak. Let the boy confess. He bent deeply, shame and truth pouring from every motion. I should not have touched the charm. The glow of the waist beads dimmed, fading to a dull, quiet color. A small gasp ran through the crowd. The magic is gone. It used the last spark. Hands clenched the beads tightly, unsure of what waited next. Courage had carried them this far. A steady voice called softly, Child, lift your head. Eyes met, wise eyes. You saved them. That is your power now. Breath came hard, disbelief and relief dancing together. But the charm, it died for them. Nods answered without words. Bravery brings its own magic. Villagers leaned closer, speaking in quiet tones of respect and gratitude. Voices rose in thanks. You saved our lives. A single drum beat sounded, slow and steady, marking the return of peace. Mothers pulled children close, trembling, fading into relief. The elders' words came firm and clear. The danger has passed. The village stands strong. Children laughed again, running through the square, voices bright as sunlight. The waist beads lay quiet now, a small symbol of what had been endured and protected. Eyes looked down at them, respect and understanding in every glance. A place in the village had shifted, courage recognized, trust earned, a new story begun. A staff rose high, moving slowly, carrying the weight of wisdom. Greed closes the eyes of the heart. Heads nodded in quiet understanding. The boys saw power, not danger, a mother said softly. A whisper floated from a small voice, careful and knowing. Rumors pushed them. They chased lies. Two voices spoke over each other, sharp with truth. Jealousy is a snake. Yes, it bites us all. Hands clapped with authority, drawing attention. When you cross lines, spirits get angry. A young herd boy added quietly, yet firmly. If we respect rules, we stay safe. Steps moved forward, calm and steady. I only wanted peace, not magic. A voice, soft and sincere, answered, "Your choice saved us, not the charm." A smile spread across a weathered face. Power sits in the mind, not the waist. Chants rose from the gathered crowd, strong and rhythmic. Wise choices. Wise hearts? Eyes turned toward the quiet beads, dim now but full of meaning. This was never the real strength. A steady voice spoke, warm and certain. Courage lit the path. You carried the fire. A single drum struck, deep and clear, a sign of truth shared and lessons learned. Children whispered among themselves, admiration in every tone. She's brave. That's the lesson. The staff lowered finally, a sign of closure. Strength grows from character, not shortcuts. Silence fell over the crowd, heavy with understanding. Some things look simple but carry deep spirits. If the boys had known, they would never have chased that waste for power. The words lingered, echoing in hearts, leaving no doubt. Wisdom, courage, and respect carried the true power of the village.